Changing the spark plugs on your Seadoo Spark is an easy task once you've got the upper deck removed. If you've got a 2024 and newer machine, you do have a nice access port that means you don't need to remove the upper deck. But if you have a 2023 or older machine, you're going to want to go up here and watch my video on how to remove the upper deck from your Spark so that you can get to this point. Once you are at this point, it's pretty simple. Let me show you how to change the plugs on your Seadoo Spark. So with the top of our engine exposed, either through the access panel or with the top deck removed, we're going to pull our coil pack plugs off, which is basically just squeeze the top of this gray clamp here and then push them off. It's pretty tight in here, so you'll have to work a little bit to get those removed. We're also going to have to pop the connector off of our camshaft position sensor right here. So same thing, just push down on this locking tab and then we'll tuck that out of the way. Now with the same T30 Torx that we use to remove the upper deck, we can remove these hold down screws. Make sure you don't lose those screws. And then we can work on wiggling our coil packs up out of here. Now at this point you need a 5/8 socket. I've got this nifty gear wrench magnetic socket. Makes it super easy. So pop that down in there and then break it loose. I'm going to break loose all three of these. Also note here, our center one, the rubber boot, came off of our coil pack. So we're going to want to reinstall that back onto there. And our frontmost one popped partway off. So get those reseated before you fully reassemble stuff. Okay, there's all three of our plugs out. We've got three new NGK CR8EB plugs. So we're going to take these, verify the gap, put anti-seize on them, and then install them. I've got a spark plug gapper on with my keys, so I can check and make sure that these are right about 0.35. 0.9 millimeters is what we want. We'll get some anti-seize and put just a little tiny dab on there, right on those threads. That will make this job easier in the future and prevents us from damaging the threads in our cylinder head. We're going to do the same thing for the other two plugs, then put our coil packs back in. Snug those down nice, not crazy tight. There is actually a torque spec for these, but I just go usually snug plus about a quarter turn or so. Now, optionally, you could use some dielectric grease on these spark plug boots just to keep them nice so that nothing, comes apart. Just put in a little dab in each end just so that they don't glue themselves to those spark plugs too bad. Then we're going to have to here, let me get this clear. When we put this back in, we're going to have to angle it so that we can get our plugs started on there as we're pushing it down on, because these wires are held so tight. So we can just click that in, pop that all the way down in, and then we'll put our hold downs on, but we can get the other two here in. We've got our hold downs on. Make sure to plug in your camshaft position sensor. If you don't plug that in, you'll have issues down the road. All right, there we have it. That's everything you need to know about getting the spark plugs changed on your Seadoo Spark. Thanks for watching.